Hi, it's Sally-Shakti, and this is your astrology and tarot reading for your writing week ahead on Monday, the 6th of February, 2023. I feel like there's a really strong positive momentum forward for energetically and for our writing and creative projects this week. We have just moved 50 seasons into Imbolc more fully. We went through that transition on Saturday, the 4th of February, when the sun was at 15 degrees of Aquarius, exactly at the midpoint between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So the energies are shifting, and you might be feeling that. I'm down here in the southwest of England, in Cornwall. I'm noticing the mornings getting light much earlier, thanks to being in a position where I'm looking after 2 horses for this month. So I'm really aware that I'm getting up earlier to let the horses out into the field at sunrise, so that they can be out and enjoy the longer days and the later sunsets in the evening. It's also getting warmer, feels much more like spring already, although there was a frost and an ice on the water buckets this morning. But I feel, and you might be feeling too, like a really powerful and positive rebirth and awakening as this Imbolc energy and the energy of Bridget begins to rise through the sap, through the earth, up from the roots into the belly. And I have got other videos where I've spoken in more detail about that rising energy. Check out my Imbolc full moon in Leo journaling practice on YouTube for more about that. And yes, we also we have just had last night, Sunday the 5th, we had the full moon in Leo, and that was a powerful and strong full moon. It was a very clear night here down in Cornwall. It was bright and light throughout the night whilst the moon was shining high. And that gives us the energy of shining forth from our heart and from our solar plexus, from our willpower. How do we desire to show up and shine? So we have those 2 strong influences with both the sun and the moon for putting ourselves out there and moving our project forward. We also have astrologically, I feel quite a calm and pleasant week ahead, with no particularly challenging aspects that I can really see. The moon will be interacting with almost every planet this week, both the outer planets and the personal planets. So you might be feeling that in your personal field, and you might be feeling like you're moving through a lot of different emotions and energies and shifts and transformations in your personal energy field. We're also at the point of being midway between the previous eclipses and the next eclipse cycle. So we are at the midpoint of what is showing up for us in those eclipse cycles. So if you're feeling that personally, I do always recommend anyway having a personal journal to hand, because whatever professional or purposeful writing project you're working on, and that can take a lot of your focus, it's really important to have a separate notebook for your own personal journaling, so that you can also give space and energy and attention to what's coming up for you personally. The more that we ignore the feelings and emotions and sensitivities that are arising for us in our personal field, when we give our full attention to our professional or purposeful writing projects, the louder those will continue to show up until we give them some attention and some acknowledgement and witnessing. Journaling for me is one of the most powerful ways of witnessing what's true for us in each moment, with compassion and without judgment. So always have a personal notebook to hand for journaling with anything that's coming up for you in your personal field as you're working through your writing project. And you might notice the way that those energies shift and change for you this week. So I think that's all I want to say. Other than astrologically, other than that, the moon this week moves through, beginning in Leo, which is where it is right now. The moon will be moving through, particularly through Virgo and Libra this week. And again, that feels like another pretty calm and focused energy for writing. Virgo will give us the focus, might also kick in some of that over analytical, self-critical energy. So be aware of that. And again, turn to your personal journaling notebook for that. And Libra will give us the energy to discern and evaluate what we're writing. So it's a week with a strong focused energy, and also Mercury moves out of its own shadow on Tuesday. That's tomorrow. So we'll have some good momentum forward for our writing projects and some good focus for our energy. But take care that that focus doesn't turn into overly self-critical and self-analytical energy, because that can be, as you know, self-sabotaging, and that's where a lot of procrastination, fear, and writer's block comes up. So just have your personal journal by your side to manage any of those feelings or emotions that might be coming up for you. And the tarot card that's just come for us for this week for our writing projects is the Two of Pentacles, or the Two of Coins in this deck, reversed. And this is an earth energy. The Two of Pentacles for me is about balance. It's about work-life balance. And it's about, I wonder if it's coming up in relation to the risk I was just speaking about, in terms of giving too much focus to the critical and analytical this week. I think that's something to be cautious around and aware of, so that we are making sure that we keep our emotional life in balance with our work life. And as well, because there is a strong energy for momentum forward with your writing projects this week, we might also have, I know I have this tendency to overwork and burn out once I get focused on a project. If the energy is strong for me on a project, I'll be focused on it, and that can lead towards, hyper focus and burnout. So I guess the Two of Coins here reversed is inviting us to keep a balance between our personal emotional energy and the energy that we're putting into our focus projects, because there will be a good momentum for focusing on your writing projects this week, but we don't want to tip that over into being overly self-critical, self-judgmental, self-analytical, or to putting so much or pushing ourselves forward so much into our writing projects that we neglect our own needs and self-care, our emotional and physical, spiritual and energetic self-care, mental as well. And that's why I keep recommending having your own journal beside you for whenever you need that, when it comes up, if you have emotions coming up during your writing practice this week. So let me just take a moment to tune in and see if there's anything else that wants to come. If you can hear the dog barking, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so this card is here to remind us and invite us to come into a positive work-life balance with our writing this week, which means giving enough to our writing so that we feel that we're accomplishing what we want to do and what our intentions are. If you're like me, I have been in the dream time, I've been in rest time, I've been in a lot of downtime through the winter period. So, again, there's a tendency for me to want to rush forward when the energy is ripe and ready. But how can we invite into our writing life this week some greater balance to ensure that we have given ourselves, or that we're giving ourselves, the self-care that we need, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and that we also are giving enough attention and priority to the writing that we want to do and that we desire to do, because we recognize as well that our writing is something that we desire to do often, hopefully. But it can be something that brings us joy and something that is a gift, you know, that we bring forward into the world. So this week really is about creating that balance, ensuring that we are giving time and priority both to ourselves and our own internal needs, as well as to the writing project that we are now really stepping into an energy to move forward with. So hope that's helpful for you this week, and I'm sending you lots of love. If you would like a personal reading for you and your own writing project, do get in touch with me, send me a message, and I'd love to book an appointment with you. Sending you loads of love, and I'll see you next time.